welcome to this lecture. Now today we take up in this lecture the dynamics of a vehicle which is trying to traverse a curved road, assumed to be circular track, and there is friction between tires and the road. So assume a banked road, banked at angle theta. The banking will be such, outer bank is raised with respect to the inner. तो जो इसका अंदर का किनारा है, here the center is somewhere. तो you can imagine कि एक circular track है और ये level जो raise की गई है, this has been raised through some angle theta. Now when I think of a vehicle placed on this, तो ये इसका टायर है. You are seeing the front side of the vehicle. So you are seeing the front side. You can think of this as the headlight of this vehicle, or here the vehicle is proceeding towards us. Now there are forces acting on the vehicle. So as usual, there is a weight mg acting downwards. From the side of road, there is a normal reaction. Let this angle theta is the angle of banking. So I am resolving this normal reaction into two components. This will be angle theta. So this is r cos theta. This is r sin theta. तो यहाँ पर अब देखेंगे आप कि जो force of friction है, that force of friction comes to play a role here between the tires and the surface of the road. So जो ये red arrow है, it indicates a force of friction. Assume it to be F. Now we can resolve this friction again into two components. You will agree with me कि ये angle और ये angle आपस में equal हैं. They are the two angles which form an alternate pair. और ये बन गया इसका F cos theta as one component, and here is the other component. This component is F sin theta. So this is a free body diagram. जिस free body diagram में अब आप देखते हैं कि there are some forces acting along the vertical direction and there are some forces acting along the horizontal direction or x-axis. So as you see in this free body diagram, जो r cos theta है, r cos theta, it will be balanced by two forces, that is mg, which is weight of vehicle, m as mass, g is acceleration due to gravity, plus F sin theta. So you can think of F as the force of friction between tires and the surface of the road, and theta is angle of banking of the road. So theta is angle of banking. जो outer side है, which is raised, वो कितना raise किया गया है with respect to inner side. I call this for this discussion as relation 1. Now you see that अगर हम on the x-axis बात करते हैं, जो ये दो forces हैं r sin theta और f cos theta, जो inner side की तरफ इस curved road के center की तरफ act करते हैं, they are the two forces which provide the necessary centripetal force. So we have r sin theta plus f cos theta. They will provide the necessary centripetal force required by the vehicle. अगर vehicle का mass m है, the velocity with which it is negotiating the curved road is v. r is radius of curvature. So यहाँ से लेके अगर हम इसके curved track का center लेते हैं, वहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक radius of curvature है r. So this would be the centripetal force to be provided by these two. We would like to find out again that what is the safe limit of speed. With what speed the vehicle can negotiate this curve successfully without skidding. For that, we require to work out these two equations, and I will be trying to eliminate r. So what I do is, I make it like this, that if I get from equation 1, r cos theta minus f sin theta equal to mg. F, you understand, is nothing. It is coefficient of friction multiplied to r. So ये जो F है, force of friction, it is mu times R. And mu here will be that you have to think of motion taking place, और जो आपके पास coefficient of friction है working between the tire and the road, that's the value of mu you will take here. So I can write this relation R cos theta minus mu R sin theta is equal to mg. So from these two, if I take R common, cos theta minus mu sin theta equal to mg. From this, I can write R equal to mg divided by cos theta minus mu sin theta. So I call this as relation 3 for a while. Now you can go back to equation 2. In equation 2, we would like to see that what is the value of R. So I will put in place of R mg divided by cos theta minus mu sin theta, and you can retain the rest of the term as such. So if I say that I have equation 2 now, from equation 2, so you can see equation 2 R sin theta plus, so again I have F equal to mu R, so it is mu R cos theta is equal to mv square by R. This I have obtained from equation 2, So you can take again R common, so I have R into sin theta plus mu cos theta equal to mv square by R. So this is second. Now I can substitute this value of R and put it here. So I am substituting from 3 in this equation. अगर आप इसको थोड़ी देर के लिए 4 कह दें, so I am substituting from equation 3 in equation 4. So what I get is mg into, तो ये आपके पास sin theta plus mu cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu sin theta equal to mv square by R. Okay. Now we can cancel out m and m. As usual, I said कि previous cases में भी हमने देखा कि जो cancellation of m है, it indicates कि whatever results we are going to obtain now, these results will not be influenced by the mass of the vehicle. So we have the same values of safe limit of speed for a lighter vehicle as well as for a heavier vehicle. So I can work out further on this. So we have G multiplied by sin theta plus mu cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu sin theta equal to v square by R. Now here I would like to introduce tan theta. तो इसके न्यूमरेटर को भी cos theta से डिवाइड करेंगे, डिनोमिनेटर को भी cos theta से डिवाइड करेंगे. So dividing numerator and denominator of this fraction by cos theta. तो mathematically this is permissible. हम इसको ऐसे लिख सकते हैं. अब I can rearrange the terms. So I have v square r multiplied to g sin theta plus mu cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu sin theta. Now I invoke this operation जिसमें मैं इस फ्रैक्शन के न्यूमरेटर को भी और डिनोमिनेटर को भी cos theta से डिवाइड कर रहा हूं. So I have v square equal to r into g. So sin theta divided by cos theta is tan theta. Then we have plus mu cos theta divided by cos theta. It will get cancelled out. Plus mu divided by cos theta divided by cos theta will be 1 minus mu sin theta divided by cos theta. So it will be mu tan theta. So finally I have v square equal to r into g into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta. Now this can further be written as v is equal to square root of rg into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta. So this relation gives us the safe limit of the vehicle moving along this curved track. So if you have this value of v equal to radius of curvature of the track multiplied to value of g, which could be found for that place जहां पर हम ये बात करते हैं, mu is coefficient of friction between the tires and the road. About value of mu you have to be a bit careful because it depends on the surface irregularities. तो कई बार हम देखते हैं कि with the wearing out of tire of a vehicle, जब उसका surface जिस पर treads होती हैं वो थोड़ा सा smooth हो जाता है, it has higher tendency of skidding or slipping. Reason is कि coefficient of friction will depend on the type of irregularities on the surface. It will depend on the temperature at which you are working, and it will depend on the kind of lubrication if present between the tire and the road. So in that sense, जो mu की value है, we can have it carefully seen. It has to come from some experimental result obtained under the given conditions, जिस condition पर एक vehicle road के ऊपर चलता है, and theta is angle of banking. This is angle of banking in coefficient of friction. Now you will see कि अगर ऐसा हो that we ignore friction in this case. Suppose हम friction between tires, हम tires और road के बीच में जो friction है उसको ignore कर दें. So curve है, banking है. Theta is there, R is there. That means the road is still curved and it is banked, but we are ignoring friction. What will happen to this relation? So in that case, I'll be substituting mu equal to 0 if we are not considering the friction between tires and the road, and this relation will become v equal to square root of rg multiplied to, put this mu equal to 0, put this equal to 0, so this will be 0 plus tan theta divided by 1 minus 0, so you are left with only tan theta. So here it is that this will be tan theta equal to, or sorry, v equal to square root of rg tan theta. ये relation हम already देख चुके हैं that if we think of a banked road without friction, here is the result. And from this equation, you can also obtain sometimes कि if अगर आप चाहते हैं कि एक खास velocity से vehicle को negotiate करना है, फिर road की banking कितनी होनी चाहिए, that becomes a very useful concept when we think of an aeroplane or a cyclist bending or leaning. तो उसके लिए we have v square equal to rg tan theta. तो मैं स्क्वायर कर रहा हूं दोनों साइड्स को, और you see tan theta will be equal to, it will be equal to v square divided by rg. तो आप इस रिलेशन में से for a given value of radius of curvature, for a given value of speed with which you want the vehicle to negotiate the curve, you can get the value of theta from here. That theta will be angle of banking for a vehicle, or for a cyclist or a biker, it could be the angle with which he has to lean. For an aeroplane, it could be again that how the right wing and the left wing have to be with respect to each other at a certain angle of banking. So that's way the concept of role of friction becomes significant in this case, क्योंकि जितना आप mu की value को बढ़ाते हो, you will see that the value of v, that is safe speed limit, will increase if you increase the value of coefficient of friction. So we have earlier talked about the concept of a level road which is curved with friction, then a banked road without friction which is curved, and today we combine that we have a banked road which is curved and it has friction. Here are the results in front of you. Accordingly, you can apply these results to solving problems on this concept. Now a very common question जो कई बार पूछा जाता है, the question is related to a bicycle moving on a road, और जो टायर्स है उसके in contact with the road, where does the friction act or how the friction acts. So imagine कि ये हमारे पास एक bicycle tire है. So here it is So here is the bicycle. So now what is happening here? When the bicyclist is pedaling, वो राइड कर रहा है और साइकिल को पेडल कर रहा है, तो पेडलिंग इज एक्चुअली पुलिंग दिस व्हील. तो जो चेन कनेक्टेड है वो इस व्हील को घुमाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. सो इफ यू सी दैट हाउ दिस पॉइंट वुड बी, जो ग्राउंड के साथ कांटेक्ट में है, दिस इज द ग्राउंड, ये पॉइंट यहां की तरफ रन करने की कोशिश कर रहा है बैकवर्ड्स. सो इट इज गोइंग इन द क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन एंड इट इज ट्राइंग टू मूव इन दिस. तो पेडलिंग से जो व्हील आगे की तरफ घूमता है, द पॉइंट हियर इज ट्राइंग टू रन इन दिस डायरेक्शन. एंड once this tire moves, so once this tire moves, what will be happening? This tire will try to push the front tire, क्योंकि चेन जो है इसके साथ कनेक्ट, इसको खींच रही है और इसको पुश कर रही है. So what I see is कि since this motion of the point is taking place in this direction, और आपको याद है कि force of friction का वो डायरेक्शन होता है, it tries to destroy the relative motion at a contact point between two surfaces. So the force of friction here will act in this direction. Because the tire is moving in this direction, there is a tendency in this point to move in the backward direction. The force of friction will act in the forward direction. So this is the direction of friction at the rear wheel. Rear wheel means पीछे वाले wheel पर. Now you may equally make an analogy like this कि चूंकि यहाँ पर friction forward act कर रहा है, the same should be situation here. The friction should be acting in this direction at this point also, because ये भी anti-clockwise direction में घूम रहा है. Answer to this is no. Reason being कि जब ये वाला wheel rotate कर रहा था, because of the rotation of this wheel, the motion was transmitted to this wheel, और इस wheel को अब ये cycle skid करने की कोशिश कर रही है, and that skidding point here is in the skidding force is in the forward direction. Again the friction comes into play. Now this time what happens, that friction tries to destroy the forward motion of this wheel and acts in the backward direction. ये इस direction में अब friction act करेगा. So if I call this as F and I call this as F dash, these are the two forces of friction which will act in these two directions at the time of pedaling. So this is pedaling. Now what happens if the cyclist is applying a brake? The cyclist is now braking the cycle. Brake means कि जो इसकी rotation थी previous case में जब pedaling हो रही थी, तो वो rotation जो rear wheel है, अब वो rotation कम हो रही है. And the brakes application means कि now you are trying to destroy the motion. जो अब friction का direction यहाँ पर होगा, at the time of braking, that direction will be such कि अब वो इस motion को destroy करने की कोशिश करेगा. Say the increase of rotation and the decrease of rotation will mean कि जब braking हो रही है, at that time now this force of friction will reverse, and this will continue to remain same. Still the force of friction at the time of braking at the rear wheel and at the front wheel like this, or earlier you saw that what is going to happen at the time of pedaling. So you can answer this concept on the basis of properties of friction, and you can also understand that it is because of the presence of friction that you have been able to cause the rotational motion of the wheel of the cycle on the road. Had there been no friction between the tires of the cycle or tires of a vehicle and the road, there would have been slipping. Slipping तो होगी. That means ये दोनों skid करेंगे, but there would be no rotation. So, as a very important remark about friction, we often treat friction as an evil force जो हमेशा destroy करने की कोशिश करता है motion को. But you will agree with me that friction here is trying to enhance the rotation of the wheel. Had there been no friction, there would have been slipping but no rotation. So friction tries to cause the rotation of the wheel.